Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about comics, and we're going to talk about Power Rangers and how it's over for the Power Rangers in comics. Boom Studios losing the license, which I missed that. Apparently it was kind of low-key announced a couple of months ago that they were winding down the license, but this might explain why they just sold the company off.
Yeah.
Power Rangers was one of the biggest things they had going for them, and I read a little bit here and there. I didn't really buy the books, but I thumbed through them at the comic shop, and they seem pretty decent. People said that they're actually pretty good, but if that was one of the things that was kind of propping this company up, and we know where Hasbro's at with the Power Rangers right now, because they're outsourcing them to Playmates, and then they're pausing the series because the last series with the Americanized costumes was such a freaking disaster. Yeah. I mean, they're probably like looking at the future and they're like, yeah, other than Power Rangers, we got nothing. And I'm like, how the hell is IDW holding on with just Ninja Turtles? And how long is that going to last? Because Paramount and Skydance are merging and they own the Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we'll talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Yeah, so San Diego Comic-Con's coming up. Mm-hmm. And they're still going to have a Power Rangers panel, even though they don't have a Power Rangers comic book anymore. Even though the company is being sold, Boom Studios is selling itself to Penguin Random House. I don't know why. I don't know what they hope to get out of it. Like
Money? What Random House hopes to get? I have no idea.
I have heard back channel. I cannot cite my source, but the source is legit. I have heard that Boom got sold dirt cheap. Like very, very cheap.
That wouldn't surprise me because they don't have much left.
No, I think they just won it out. I think Ross Ritchie just won it out. I think he kind of saw his Netflix hopes and dreams, kind of dissipate. All these publishers like IDW and Boom and Dark Horse, they all wanted to do Netflix shows. They all wanted to do chase the Hollywood thing. And then now that all these streaming services are cutting way the hell back, they're probably like, yeah, this isn't going to happen for us. So just, take what you can get and get the hell out. But this is their announcement yesterday. After 8 years and over 120 issues, that's actually pretty good these days. Boom Studios' Power Rangers universe is coming to an end, but not without a few final surprises. We're going to have the writer there. We're going to have Amy Jo Johnson, the Pink Ranger, original Pink Ranger, and the Black Ranger, Walter Jones. They're going to be there at the next panel. So people are complaining. They're like, oh, I guess we're never getting closure. Don't hand it to IDW. Let DC take their. Oh my God! You know what they'll probably do, and I hate this because I think it would be stupid. They'll probably, since it's Hasbro, they'll probably give the license to Skybound, and the Power Rangers will join the Energon Universe. Would they? I don't know. That would be so bad. Like G.I. Joe and Transformers, it makes sense because even in the Sunbow cartoon, they had connections between the two series. Like they had characters cross over and stuff. And they've Gem too. Like Gem actually they shared the reporter.
I didn't
from the guy who was supposed to be the Geraldo Rivera stand-in or whatever.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, he was in like all the Hasbro shows, Sunbow shows. He was in Transformers, he was in G.I. Joe, he was in Gem, and he was in Humanoids too. So they all technically could take place in the same universe. So they could add Gem to the Energon universe. I
don't know why you would, but
But
her earrings are little Transformers. They're Energon cubes. Synergy's powered by Energon.
You could write this shit. That's better than some of the other shit they're coming. Yes, Gem joins the Energon universe.
That's why she's excitement and adventure.
And then she could be like RC's headmaster partner or something. Showtime, RC.
They'll just make a Transformer called Synergy.
Yes. See, that's money in the bank, but
make it like a microphone or like a boom box or something,
Oh, it'd be a pink boom box. It would be
from
like
the 80s,
And look, Hasbro, you could just do a redeco of Soundwave in pink.
Or the Roadster, the Rockin' Roadster.
Soundwave could just transition.
There you go.
It's Synergy.
Bang and tit Soundwave.
Yes, mighty Megatron. No, that would be amazing. So I don't know. I mean, look. Today's Saturday. And
we just don't give a shit. Can you tell?
just don't give. I am getting to the point. I'm being completely honest. The more and more and more of these videos I get, the less serious I am, because everything is a fucking cartoon. Like all of these businesses, it's just like watching Looney Tunes. I don't know what.
Watching Looney Tunes.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know why they're all just like headfirst into an iceberg. Like every one of these comic book publishers now.
It's not just the comics. It's like it's the toy
movies and
it's a tabletop.
It's everything.
TV shows. It's like there's an iceberg. Let's head for it.
Showtime synergy.
Disney's like finds the biggest one ever and then hits it, then backs up into another one, and then as it turns around, it gets ripped in half by another one.
It's like everything. And I've thought about this. I'm not trying to be like all black pilled or Debbie Downer or what, And I know I'm sounding that way in recent videos, but I'm literally looking at everything that we grew up with getting in shitified. Like it's
living with him.
But it's just like everything. It's not even like there's not even like a glimmer. It's like, oh, you like that thing when you were a kid? Yeah, some corporation's going to get a hold of it and just, And they're
going to hand it to some 20-some-year-old, early 30s person who, thinks that they know better than everybody, and they're going to make. This would be perfect if it was something I liked, and it was all about me and my friends, and then ruin the entire show.
We're going to bring Gem back. We're going to call it Gem Z.
Gem Z. She's
truly outrageous on TikTok. That's actually her username.
Jericho was Jason. Now she's Jericho.
Oh my god.
And that's what. No. It's gonna be like the star, like the starlights, the Silver Starlights.
Oh.
She's gonna be. It's when she's on stage, she's Gem, but when she's not on stage, she's Jason. And Jason
the Power Ranger.
And Jason's boyfriend is Rio, who's bi, so he likes both Gem and Jason.
Well, he looked by and no straight man has purple hair. Wait, never mind.
You had purple hair.
Yeah, I take that back.
You had purple hair. Anyway, not when I met him.
No, I did.
Anyway,
I had to.
But there you go. That'll be the. They tried to win Gem for modern audiences, and they completely ruined the movie. It was so terrible. I never watched it.
It was raven black, and in the sun, it had a little bit of purple. It was the 90s. Seriously. It was the 90s.
Yeah, they
didn't wear makeup.
Can we talk about important things and not your hair? Yeah, Gem. They tried doing a movie, and it bombed terribly. Actually, one of the first videos that we did that was pop culture related, I don't know if it's still up, was me going, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
What the literal hell?
You can't find it. You can't find it anywhere. I think they completely just buried that Gem movie. But that was another one they were trying to be
I think isn't it on streaming?
Is it?
I don't know. I think it is.
It's a stream of something. It's a hot stream.
I just can't make myself do it. Like, I just can't. If I have much time to give up for something, if for me to give up my time for something, it has to be something really, really special that I want to see. I don't even hate watch shit. I don't have time for that. Plus, I don't want the negativity. So, unlike Neon, I will not hate watch something for the most part. Except for the second season of Masters in the Universe, was it Revolution? But that one actually wasn't bad.
It's interesting. They actually, they didn't realize it was over. I'm reading this article now. This is. We
were talking about Power Rangers. Sorry.
No, we're talking about Power Rangers. I'm looking at the article, and they were speculating that they thought it was going to end because they were wrapping up this storyline. But they've had a lot of success with this, and people are like, "Oh yeah, Hasbro just outsourced the license to Playmates, and then freaking." So how long was the Boom deal in play? Because Boom probably decided at the beginning of the year, hey, we're going to sell to Penguin Random House, so we're just not going to renew the license.
Or it wasn't offered to them for renewal.
That could be the case,
too. And that's why they got rid of it, because they're like, well, crap, that was the big thing we had, and then to have to go find something else is going to be a problem, so we'll just sell it off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also a possibility. I don't know. I don't have any insider information on that.
As I understand it, and again, I don't have any inside information on this, but as I understand it, Power Rangers is one of their best-selling titles. And it's been propping them up for the last couple of years now. And, they've done really well, like on Kickstarter and stuff. They've been doing 800, 600. They did 1 million, I think, on one of the campaigns. So they've been making bank on Power Rangers and Berserker. And Berserker is kind of a one-off, right? Because that was a Keanu Reeves thing. So, yeah, I think it was a case of like, well, we're not going to have Power Rangers and we're screwed. And the same thing is going to happen to IDW. The only big licenses they have left are Paramount licenses. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Star Trek doesn't sell for shit. And nobody reads it. But Turtles is basically keeping that company alive. They're both Paramount, and Paramount is in a state of flux right now. And I can totally see Paramount just yanking the license from them and being like, yeah, you guys suck. So,
Well, is Skydance buying Paramount?
yeah, Skydance
Okay,
is...
so we don't know what Skydance would do with it.
Well, that's it. Skydance might just decide, yeah, we're going to outsource someplace else, or we're not even going to do comics because why the hell bother? Yeah, who the hell cares?
So it sounds like a lot of flux is leading to this like, across the board.
Well, it's just in everything. Just everything is so up in the air. And the thing is with comics is the comic book industry has always been, at least in the last couple decades, it's been kind of a parasite that's attached itself to bigger media, the video games or Hollywood or, you know what I'm saying? And when that's in a state of flux, then the licensed comics, you know, are also in a state of flux. And it's like these companies that are surviving, they're basically surviving by peddling pop culture nostalgia. They're not actually selling new comics. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, the comics would stand on their own, and then the comics would become TV shows or video games or whatever.
What's concerning to me is like I would say, well, if you see something you really like and you really enjoy, make sure you support it so that it stays in business. But the flip side might be that people keep seeing things they like, just end up getting shut down because, you know, of bad choices or no support for it or whatever. And they're like, why even get involved? Why even start getting interested in it? Because it's going to be shut down anyway. And I kind of wonder if that's, you know, some of the reasons that even when they bring something back, people don't buy it because they were and now they aren't. And maybe it's because they're just like, yeah, it's probably gonna be shut down anyway. I don't want to get invested and then have it be just gone.
Well, a lot of these series, they don't even plan. I mean, 120 issues of Power Rangers, that's pretty good. They don't even plan long term anymore. They're like, hey, we're going to do 6 or 10 issues and throw it into a trade paperback, and then, oops, we'll reboot it again and reboot it again and reboot it again.
The good news is they did complete the story, they said, right? They were completing this.
Yeah, they were able to
I mean,
wrap
if you're interested in this, then I would recommend going and buying up the comics for it. Or digital copies or whatever, because it is completed. So you're going to get like an ending to it. Sometimes they don't even give you that. So
yeah, usually they have a multi-year deal. And it's usually like a 2 or 3 year deal, and then they look at the end of it and you know decide whether or not to renew. And I think with IDW they were able to wrap up Transformers too. They're like, okay, we're just not going to renew this license. Actually, I don't think they were given the option. I think Hasbro's like, yeah, it's not doing so hot. Now, weirdly enough, Transformers and G.I. Joe are pretty much carrying the comic book industry at this point. Like those two books, licensed books, are outselling like almost all the Marvel and DC stuff. And Power Rangers was definitely Boom's big title. So yeah, it might explain why they're selling. I don't know. I want to see the Gem Transformer comic now. I'm interested in that. We'll get the license. We'll do that. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
We're gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.